ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that.
What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Cluxton right. Puts it over to first and still gets Alex Hard. Come on, get out, ball later! And he might have missed it! Got it wrong from Jordan Rice! And that's a shot! That's a home run play! Steps on second, throws over to first. That's he actually did it! No, that's a rock up! That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil. Oh! Philip Grossman walked off the eighth season. No! Come on, get out, ball later! And that ball is out of here! Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver! That ball's in play. Goes back, keep the kid! Nakatomis Playhouse makes the grab! He's running third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out! He's gonna be out! Push it over to first. I don't know if I like it. Oh, that ball is absolutely tattooed! And what a roll! What a roll from Team McKinney!
That will do it. The Nighthawks are the 2023 AWA champions.
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AWA Wiffle Ball regular season action 2024. We have the surging Western Wolfpack who have battled themselves out of last place for the first time in 3 years, facing the Cyclones who are kind of going the other way. But they're sitting 13-11 trying to get out of that wild card game. I'm Jack Blales, joined shortly by Shane Hansen, and let's get right into the starting lineups.
Evan Cluxton, Duke University.
Jackson Carr, I'm Ham.
Zane Phillips, Mount Lake Terrace High School.
Alex Ballard, Kings Elementary.
Jeremy Langstead, Sherwood.
Salou Fati, West Appalachian State, Junior Community College.
So So a few changes for the Central Cyclones. They're actually without Evan Clugston, the star and back-to-back Cy Young winner. He's actually getting some tests right now on his left heel, so we'll see if he's available next week or if he might actually be done for the season. So not a great blow to the Cyclones right there, but in turn they do bring back Drew Williams, who will be playing for them. He retired this year, but he's back for one game right here to help out the Cyclones and Zane Phillips. So now let's take a look at the Western Wolfpack starting lineup.
Alex Harden, Western Washington University. Thomas Playhouse, Sherwood Elementary.
Jace Pratt, Jackson High School.
Zach Inouye, University of Washington.
Ian Michael, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Chad Curtis, Balso Hard University.
For the Western Wolfpack, all members are here, so that's 6 players. They're going to have to bench someone in each game. For game 1, that will be Chad Curtis. And Jace Pratt will be on the mound for the Western Wolfpack, who's had his best start last week. So to keep this Wolfpack team rolling with that, let's take a look at the weather.
Hey, this is Joe Acord from the AWA Weather Center. As you can see, small low pressure system over central Washington is pumping in a lot of moisture from the south over Edmonds. But those clouds are supposed to break up tonight. We're supposed to see partly cloudy skies with winds about 10 miles per hour and the temps in the upper 60s. Beautiful, beautiful weather for wiffle ball. Everybody have a great night. And remember, dingers or nothing.
Thanks for that, Joe. And with that, let's get right into the interview. Robert has Thomas Playhouse. Robert, take it away.
All right, Thomas, you think you're really pitching today? You hit like over 65 on the pregame there.
There's a chance. Captain told me that I might go in for the second game, but, you know, just whatever he wants, I'll perform.
All right, what do you expect from your team here to start the day?
I'll start off hot, get the bats going early on Alex Ballard. Got a lefty on the mound, so you got to look inside as a lefty, and then you got to try to take the ball the other way as a righty.
All right, good luck out there.
Thank you.
Back to the booth, guys.
Thanks there, Robert. And actually, Zane Phillips will be pitching in game number 1. Alex Ballard will be pitching in game 2. So that lefty, both Zane Phillips and Alex Ballard have pitched relatively well. I mean, it's no Evan Clugston. Evan Clugston's having a little bit of a down year, but we'll see how this Cyclones team does without their star ace pitcher. He's really carried them to multiple World Series, winning one all the way back in 2021. But it's a different year for this Cyclones team. They've really relied on the offense this year, so see if they can keep that going, especially with Drew Williams in there, who had a prolific AWA career. He's back here today. We'll see how he does. Fresh out of retirement. So here comes first pitch. It's a little bit high right there for ball number 1. Two and 1 count to Zach Inouye, who has been on a tear as of late. His average is all the way up in the 400s, hitting 425 after having a little bit of a rough start. And he'll get on base right there with the walk. Something he's been so well at doing for the leadoff hitter of this Wolfpack team. Their season kind of turned around when these top 2 picks, number 2 overall pick Zach Inouye, and now number 1 pick is Ian Michael stepping in. Really come into their own as that ball's going back into the deepest part of the field. Alex Ballard can't make the play.
Alex Harden.
And that is a long single for Ian Michael. So a great 1-2 punch right there, which we've seen all year.
Hey, this.
Yeah, most of all, he gets a runner over at third there in scoring position. That helps.
Thomas Playhouse steps in. He took last week off, and they were able to sweep their prior team. And Thomas Playhouse, fresh off the week off, comes in and hits an RBI single in the first pitch he sees. So a quick 1-0 lead for this Wolfpack team, which no one really saw eclipsing 9 wins, let alone their total from last year, which was 2 regular season wins. Alex Harden, the DH here today, looks at 2 balls. Second ball hits him in the face there. And he's getting pelted here in this at-bat so far.
Yeah, Wolfpack definitely started out slow, but in the last half of the season here, things have started to click. You know, having their two rookies, Ian Michael, Zach Inouye, it's definitely helped. But everyone in general just stepping up, playing as a unit.
Alex Harden has had a rough year offensively, all things considered, but last week as well started figuring it out. He's up to 6 home runs now. His average is still a little bit low. As that ball's hit back from Jace Pratt, Alex Harden will step on second and get the double play. Jace Pratt, he waited there for a bit, didn't think he had to play at first, but he'll get the double play. Another run will come in, though.
Yeah, it's an impressive play to make at second, especially for a lefty. I mean, as a lefty, I can tell you it's very uncomfortable to twist your body around that quick and make that throw, but he does it there pretty effortlessly.
So Zach Inouye will step in. Got 4 pitches right there. So without that double play, you know, Zane Phillips would have been in quite a peculiar situation. He's got 2 outs now, but other than that, he has not been able to get any of these batters out. Ian Michael will foul one straight back with runners on the corner. 2-0 is the score for the Wolfpack. Three and 1 count. And this series figures to be a little bit of a more high-scoring series altogether. As that ball is popped up to Alex Ballard, he will make the play. So all things considered, Zane Phillips does well to get out of a kind of a hectic inning there. Only 2 runs come across, but we head to the bottom of the first. Cyclones got some work to do. Alex Ballard will step in. Jace Pratt starts him off with a high strike there, 0-1. 0-2. Looking at Jace Pratt's stats. Got his ERA down to 4.18. Lowest he's had in a season up to this point. Alex Ballard will foul it off. Alex hitting .301 this year, 6 home runs, 4 of which came in week 1, but gets him to go right there for the first out. So quick out there for Jace Pratt, who's slowly turning into this Wolfpack ace they've needed for a very long time.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see, you know, if they really are without Cluxton for the rest of the year, how things play out on the mound. Obviously, Cluxton being a elite pitcher
For the Cyclones?
For the Cyclones, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Zane Phillips steps in. Swings at a high pitch right there. Zane Phillips, after last week, currently leads in average, as both Jack Playhouse, myself, and Mark Campanero's average took a bit of a hit facing the Pilots and Nighthawks pitching, respectively. That ball is hit in play to Zach Inouye. Comes over, and for a second it looked like he had a play, but unfortunately on the exchange couldn't come up with it. So Zane Phillips will get on via a single. And now Drew Williams takes his cap off for the screaming crowd.
They're going nuts in here.
Attendance here is at a whopping 2 today.
It was higher a little bit ago.
Yeah. That ball is in play. Ian Michael can't come up with it, so Drew Williams, fresh off the retirement. He comes back like MJ right there, and he'll get on with a single.
Yeah, two unfortunate plays there defensively for the Wolfpack. You know, bobbled ground balls that probably could have led to outs, but oh well.
Salou Fatty steps in, looks at a first pitch strike, and then a ball right there. Salou had a good series last week, had 2 home runs. Still trying to get that average over the Mendoza line at 172. Nasty pitch right there, top of the zone, 2-2 count. On a pitch that almost hits it, leaves it outside, full count. See if Salou's got the green light right here. Throws a pitch high, and he will walk Salou for bases loaded now for Alex Ballard. He's going to try and get a little redemption here after striking out first at bat of the game.
And good job of being patient there and not swinging at any junk, you know. Just taking the base.
Alex Ballard looks at a first pitch strike, and it looks like Jace Pratt is dialed whenever Alex Ballard steps in.
Which is funny because most guys it's the opposite. The lefty steps in and they're like, whoa,
yeah,
what do I do?
2-1 count. Alex looking a little more reserved here as that ball is popped up, as I said, and Jace Pratt will get the second out, holds all the runners where they are. So 2 outs right there. And now Zane Phillips steps in. Big spot here for the Cyclones. If there's anyone still in it for the Silver Slugger,
it'd be this guy.
Yeah, trying to dethrone Mark Campanero right now, who hit 2 more home runs 2 days ago. Everyone's trying to catch him right now. Zane Phillips currently sitting at 14 on the year, would need 3 today to tie him.
Not impossible.
2-1 count. That ball is just popped up to Thomas Blanton, who'll make the play, so the Wolfpack get out of danger there. None come across. Score is 2-0 as we head to the top of the second. So we're just quickly jumping into it. Thomas Bales will go in, and it looks, the call on the field is out. We'll take a look at the replay. But it was definitely bang, bang there. And before we even got a chance to tell him to play, it looks like, oh, let's see. Yep, got him by a millisecond step. So that'll be a quick out right there, something the Cyclones definitely needed. Alex Harden now steps in. He walked in his first plate appearance. Not sure if he's taken a swing yet, but don't think he's had to. He won't have to again. 4 straight balls for Alex Harden. He's on. Now Jace Pratt will step in, who grounded out in his first plate appearance, trying to add on some more runs to help the Wolfpack out here. Knee braces off for Jace Pratt. Definitely a good thing to see. Two and one count. Three and one. As he looks over at his team captain over at first base to see what the sign is. He does not go, and that'll be back-to-back walks to begin the second. And now Zach Inouye, this is where the heart of the order for the Wolfpack comes up.
And Wolfpack being, very patient at the plate today, not chasing too much, and knowing the pitching situation is better than usual for the Cyclones.
A little bit of a half swing there. Drew Williams can't come up with it, so he'll be on with a bloop single there. And the bases are loaded with only one out for Ian Michael, and that's always tough if you're a pitcher on a low exit velo hit right there. You hope you can at least get one out there. Unfortunately, it's just hit in no man's land. Nice. Nasty pitch right there. Probably unhittable if he swung at it. 2 and 1. A little bit high, 3 and 1. Zane's got to give his best offering here. Unfortunately, he's a little too far inside, so the third run will come in for the Wolfpack. And now the bases are loaded for Thomas Blehaus, the 2020 Silver Slugger, who hit 33 home runs, 84 RBIs in the inaugural season. Production's dropped off quite a bit since then, but due to availability, really hasn't had too much plate appearances since then. Gets nailed right there, 2 and 1.
Well, I'm sure pitching getting better doesn't help things either.
Looks like he pissed off Thomas a little bit right there. And he's going to beat it out. Salou looks like he was running over to field the ball, but no one was there to cover first. So another single there for Thomas, and the 4th RBI of the game, or the 2nd RBI for Thomas, 4th run of the game for the Wolfpack. Alex Harden, another opportunity here with the bases loaded. And Alex Harden hasn't had to swing his bat yet. 2 straight walks, and as I say it, he pops it up to Zane Phillips for the 2nd out. Nice play there from Zane Phillips. And now Jace Pratt will step in once again. That's a ground out and a walk here in game number 2. First pitch swinging, 0-1. ball soars him off a bit there. So 1-2. Slider just misses inside. 2-2 count here in the top of the second with 2 outs. He'll let that one go low. It's a full count here. He'll let that one go inside, so another run will be walked in. 5-0 is the score here. Zach Inouye, who's just been an on-base machine as of late, will step in. He's 1 for 1 here in game number 1.
Yeah, Zane's slider really has a lot of movement. It's just seems like he has trouble consistently throwing it a strike, but if he could, that'd be pretty dangerous.
That ball is popped up to Zane Phillips, and that'll do it. So he'll get out of the jam, but the Wolfpack add on 3. 5-0 is the score as we head to the bottom half. So Drew Williams will step in here in the bottom half of the second. He's 1 for 1 with a single in his first game back since retirement. That's a hard hit ball to Thomas Blales. He can't come up with it, and he'll step on first for the out. So a great recovery player there from Thomas. Almost resulted in an error. I don't know if you can call that an error, but regardless.
I mean, it was
catchable.
It was hit pretty hard, though. So
Maybe a little biased scoring over here, but nonetheless, it still results in an out.
Yeah, good recovery.
And that's why you always got to run hard out of the box, because anything can happen. So Lou steps in after walking his first plate appearance. 1-1 count to Jace Pratt. Wolfpack are just trying to get some more wins together here and trying to jump the Aces or the Stingers.
Excellent catch.
Thank you. Trying to jump the Stingers to get out of that wild card play, and as it stands right now, it would be Wolfpack and Nighthawks in that wild card game, which no one really wants to play in. It's just a 3-game series.
What's that, Jack?
Yeah, anything can happen in 3 games.
Yeah.
And then after that, you got to play the 1 seed, which right now is looking like the Aces. So that's also not great.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't them at this point.
Aces have not lost a game since June 4th. They just recently lost Dylan Carroll for the rest of the season, so we'll see if that will affect any of that mojo they've had.
Yeah, although you still got the same core there, so
yeah,
I'm sure they'll be fine, but still.
Swinging right there, strike 3 for the second out, and thinking about this Aces team, they also have Morgan Granich, who's unbelievably hitting, and then he has a little bit of a wrist injury, so he hasn't been the same since then. So,
right, still been effective in the field though.
Yeah, definitely still effective in the field.
Had a little Keaton McKay moment last week.
Yeah, we might have to rename it. We haven't seen too many of those from Keaton. It's not like he hasn't been bad this year in the field, but he hasn't had too many opportunities to rob home runs. They just know not to hit it in his direction in a robbable distance, as that is the second ball here to Alex Ballard. Alex trying to find that magic he had in game 1 of the year where he took sorry, 4 home runs deep. Really was positioning himself to be one of the greatest single-season home run records if he continued that pace, but
yeah,
4
that
home runs
crazy.
a game is, not very sustainable. That ball is just foul. So full count here to Alex Ballard. 2 outs.
Not too often you see a lefty rip it that way.
That ball is hit in play to Thomas Blehaus, and he'll miss him. It does hit the brick wall, which is a little bit of relief there for the Wolfpack, so it'll only be a single for Alex Ballard. We've seen that quite a bit of times with the enforcers and Chase Winkler, where he tries to do the same thing, and unfortunately with the throw, it doesn't hit the brick wall, so the run will get to go to second.
And great hustle there by Alex. I mean, it was hit pretty close to the bag there, but he said, "Oh, I don't care. I'm running it out anyways," and it paid off.
Didn't have any time for the fielder to run over to the bag, which is why you always got to run it out as Zane steps in 1-1. That was a nasty knuckleball, and he'll get Zane Phillips to pop out. So a nice inning there from Jace Pratt, who's been on a tear as of late. And we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Wolfpack still lead it 5-0. So here we go, top of the 3rd inning. Ian Mike will lead it off. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. The single almost went out as he's confused out there. I think
throws out his back there.
Yeah, decided to swing no matter what right there. Quick 0-2, and that's honestly, if you're Zane, that's what you got to do. The walk has been the problem today. You got to throw some pitches that will result in outs like he does right there. So a quick out right there. A lot of times you see these long games, and usually that's due to the pitcher not being able to throw strikes. If you have to go to the slow lob or something where you at least entice the hitter, you got to do that.
The Drew Tenzar method?
Yeah. Well, that didn't work out too great for him. I think he was throwing too many lob strikes, but does not go. 1-1. Ooh, nasty pitch right there. 1-2.
Gives a bit of a Brock scream.
Yeah. There it is. 2-3.
Thank you, Neil.
2 for 3 on the day is Thomas Blehaus. He's got 2 singles. He fouls that one back. Full count for Thomas Blehaus. He's gotten his average up to 357 after the 2 singles. He's never really looking to walk. And unfortunately, when you're not looking to walk, sometimes that will happen. Only the 7th strikeout of the year for Thomas Blehaus, but it'll be the 2nd out of the top of the 3rd. Now Alex Harden will step in. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out. He does have 2 walks to his name here in game number 1. Looked like he was taken all the way right there, 1-0. Low again, 3-0. Hits him on the back, so that'll be a 4-pitch walk for Alex Harden, who's been getting on quite frequently via the walk. Now Jace Pratt will step in once again. He also has 2 walks to his name. Looks like a ball right there. 2-0.
Yeah, Wolfpack, they're not giving him any breaks.
Yeah. And you know, that's the recipe for success in this league. If the pitcher's not throwing strikes, don't swing. It's as simple as that. And unfortunately, some teams will swing no matter what, and that costs them games. Won't say who.
Well, you see there, back-to-back 4-pitch walks.
Yeah.
It's not the coolest way to get 2 runners on, or two runners on, but hey, it works.
It's much cooler than striking out, as Zach Inouye looks at a strike one there, and then looks at one low, 1-1. A little bit high, 2-1. Nice pitch right there, 2-2 to Zach Inouye. Bit high, full count. That ball is popped up and caught for the out. Drew Williams. Heck of a play right there, and he's made his impact known here today. Which is why he made a few All-Star games in his playing career. That'll be the 3rd out in the top of the 3rd. Cyclones need 5 to tie, 6 to walk it off. So Drew Williams will lead it off here in the bottom of the 3rd after the excellent play. And hits him right there. Maybe a little bit of a thanks for catching that. Strike right down the middle, 1-1.
That was some gas.
Yeah, gas at 52.
It looked fast, though.
Yeah. I don't know how accurate this radar is these days. Has it at 45. Seemed about right. Starts him off 3-1. Jace Pratt trying to close this thing out. He has his ERA all the way down to 3.44, which is uncharted territory for him, as he's never had his ERA to end a year sub-4, let alone sub-5. Drew Williams will get on via the walk, which is what the Cyclones need here. So Lou will step in. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout up to this point. The slider barely misses up top, 1-0. Goes right back to that high slider, gets him to swing there, 1-1. Looks like he's just working the top of the zone there. 2-1 count. 3-1 count. He's just interesting approach here. He's throwing kind of 3 slow balls top of the zone. I don't know if that was the plan or not.
Yeah, it's a little interesting.
Fouls that one back. Would have been a strike regardless. So now full count here to Salou. Unfortunately, spikes it there and then spikes the ball he had in his hand. So Salou's on via the walk. And Alex Ballard will step in 1 for 3 with that single in his last plate appearance.
Yeah, definitely frustrating to give up 2 walks like that, but they're up 5-0. You just gotta take a breath, get back in the zone, find his groove.
You can tell just kind of inning 3 for Jace, whatever reason it is, his velo drops quite a bit as that ball is going back, and that's out of here. A 3-run shot for Alex Ballard to bring the Cyclones within 2. That's got to feel good for Alex Ballard, who's kind of had a home run dry streak as of late. And this Cyclones team, you can see in innings 3, they're kind of like the Aces. They just don't give up. They almost came back from a 15-3 deficit against the Mojo last week. Unfortunately, only got it to 14. Anytime the Cyclones team is the home team, they do not give up easy.
Well, they've been one of the better teams in the league since they came into it, so yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, it's this team, we just got to see now how they do without the excellent pitching they've always had. Well, again, we'll see how severe the injury is on Evan Clugston. We should have some league updates on Instagram this week.
Yeah, that would be a big loss for them, especially in the playoffs, going up against some teams that have such high-powered offenses like the Aces or Enforcers, for instance.
Ball is low, 2-2. Yeah, and the only thing that stays consistent in the postseason is pitching. Hitting can come and go, as that is a nasty pitch right there from Jace Pratt to freeze Zane Phillips for the first out of the inning. But when you look back at kind of the historic runs we've seen, like the Stingers 2 years ago, they were just carried by Peter McNeil and Jordan Rice pitching-wise, and they were the 7th seed. No one thought they had a chance to win it. So as long as you got some quality pitching and top of your lineup, you can win games. Drew Williams steps in. He's 1 for 2. Looks at second ball there, 2-0 count. Looked like a juicy pitch right there, and he'll foul it back, 2-1. 2 years ago, Drew Williams led the league through the first 7 games in RBIs. He had 3 grand slams in the regular season, ultimately finished 3rd in RBIs. So he does have that home run power, and especially when there's runners on base.
Yeah, I felt he was a very underrated player. I mean, we always talk about, the Olivers and the Gradwalls and Cluxtons of the league, but, Williams consistently had one of the higher batting averages and was always really solid in the field. Just kind of went under the radar for whatever reason.
So he fouls that out, so this at-bat will stay alive, still full. And when you're on a lineup with Jake Oliver, Josh Gradwall, Chase Winkler, it's quite easy to,
and of course Brock Playhouse.
Yeah, quite easy to fall under the radar. And after all that, Drew Williams will get on via the walk. So this rally will continue with the tying run stepping up to the plate in the form of Salou. Fatty.
I'll say, though, it is weird seeing him in a different jersey.
Yeah. He brought his jersey just in case, but don't think that'd really help. So that is fouled out of play.
Almost had it.
That is a slow roller, and that is a tough play to make. Salou is on with a single. So now, just like that, the go-ahead run steps to the plate. And it's the man who just hit a 3-run home run. It'd be quite legendary. Hit a 3-run home run and then a walk-off in back-to-back at-bats.
Yeah, not the guy Jace probably wants to see in the batter's box right now.
Alex Harden came out, kind of talked to him there. Maybe he said, just don't give him anything to hit a dinger with, and he starts him off with a nasty pitch at 58, strike 1. That's a hard hit ball to Thomas Blales. Knocks it down. Will get the second out. So nice job. Thomas has been busy over there. A hard hit ball, and he was able to come up with it. But now the runners both advance into scoring position. So it'll come down to the potential Silver Slugger and front runner for most improved, Zane Phillips. He's had a quiet day, 1 for 4 up to this point. That changeup got just in front of it there, 0-1. Fights it off, hits the 2 spectators we have. They might leave soon after that. 0-2. That's in play to Jace Pratt. He'll throw to first and get the out, and the Wolfpack take game number 1 just like that. 5-3 is the final score. We'll get to an interview and the second game shortly. So we're going to send it down to Robert, who's got Jace Pratt with him. Robert, take it away.
The struggles there in the third inning.
Just lost it. I mean, I was getting a little scared. Haven't pitched in a while. You know, nerves got to me a little bit.
All right, what do you expect for game 2 there? You still pitching out here?
I think we're going to go to Thomas this game and go lefty on lefty, and should be a good game. Expect another win.
Nice. Well, how was it going up commentary for ESPN out there? That was fun.
It was very fun, very hot, but had a great time over there.
All right, awesome. Good luck out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, back up to the booth, guys.
Thank you for that, Robert. We will be back shortly with game 2, just putting in the lineups. So here we go, getting ready to start game number 2. And surprise here, we have Thomas Blehaus making his first start in a very long time. We'll see how long this lasts. But he said pregame to Alex Hart, if he threw a strike, he gets to pitch, and he did. But looking at his stats, he's got an 8.08 career average. This will be his first appearance. Oh, he came in this year for 1 out, 1 K. So that was this will be his second appearance. but 28 Ks to his name, and he's given up 29 home runs. So not a great ratio there.
No, I mean, I would say it's surprising considering how good of a baseball pitcher he is, but as we've seen, doesn't exactly translate.
Yeah, seriously. So Alex Ballard will step in, and I guess, it's always, the Cyclones started to pick up Jace there at the end, so always kind of a good thing to just switch up pitching if you see that in the third inning. But Thomas Blehaus starts with 2 straight balls, and hopefully he can find it shortly. 3-0. He's already having a little bit of issues.
Not only is he struggling to find the zone, but he's having some issues with velo.
Yeah, none of those pitches were even remotely close to the zone, so hopefully he can figure it out shortly. Otherwise, it could be a long game for this Wolfpack team as Zane Phillips looks at ball number 1, 5 straight balls. 2-0. Three and 0. We'll see if Thomas can hear that metal sound at least once this inning. Oh, and just like that. Nice pitch right there, 3-1. Does not go, and that will be the second consecutive walk. Thomas telling his captain over on the sideline he's got it now. We'll see.
Yeah.
It is a rare lefty-lefty matchup, so at least he's got that going for him here. Even though I bet if we look at the splits, the lefty-lefty matchup probably doesn't have any huge advantage for the pitcher. Yeah, I don't think he's got it.
I'm like flinching every pitch.
1-1. 2-1, and it was we'll foul that off. So 2-2 count to Drew Williams. Look at a ball there. So he has worked a 2-strike count here against Drew. He just needs one more. That's in play to Thomas Blehaus. He'll look and go to first for the first out, and he'll be safe at home. Chad Curtis was caught sleeping a little bit right there, so the first run will come in. I mean, we'll look at the replay, but he was there before. Yeah, by a step, he was safe there. It was closer than a mile, but he's safe. So the three straight balls now to Salou. He'll get on with a walk. And it looked like on that last play, Alex Ballard was going home no matter what, and Chad Curtis was caught sleeping there. And if he had a little bit, if he saw it right away, he probably would have made the play, but unfortunately he did not. And now Alex Ballard is right back up. Looks at ball 1. He's got some high pitches so far here for, and he's starting to lose it. He does have an out though, so
Yeah, when he said, "Okay, I got it now." I'm not sure if he does.
So with that, Alex Ballard will walk, and Zane Phillips will step in. Zane walked in his first plate appearance. So if there's ever a time for Thomas to turn it on, it is now against the best batter on this Cyclones team. Thomas has spiked quite a few. We are seeing some good movement on the pitches. It's just trying to find that release point. 3-0. It'll be a 4-pitch walk, and the Cyclones get their second run. Drew Williams steps in, and like we were saying before, he's known for his bases loaded situations. Thomas has hit the ground in 3 straight pitches. Right now, none of these Cyclones teams even have to think about swinging the ball. That looks like it's his go-to pitch, the cricket strike. That'll be a 4-pitch walk. Now they have 3 runs, and the outlook on getting outs is not looking great here. And I don't think Alex Harden's going to take him out. So I wonder where his cutoff is. And I think they're starting to realize why Thomas Bleahouse doesn't pitch too often for this Wolfpack team. And that is a foul ball, almost rolled fair. Thomas Bleahouse does live at this Wiffle Palace, as you call it, so he has been trying to get some pitches in. Oh, 3-1. That's a ball in play, and Thomas Bleahouse will just step on home for the second out. So a nice play there from Thomas Bleahouse, 1 unassisted.
And Slew doesn't seem too happy, but hey, he got on base.
Yeah. Yes, you know, technically that helps the on-base percentage. 2-0. Nails him. 3-0. You know, he had some success with that lob pitch. That ball is in play to Ian Michael. He'll step on third for the out, and Thomas Bleahouse gets out of it. 3 runs come across. So Zach Inouye will step in here in the bottom of the first. Zach Inouye has got his average all the way up to 419. Looks at ball one.
Yeah, very solid for a rookie, or really for anybody, but
yeah, he's top 8 right now. That's a nasty pitch right there, and this is the first look at Alex Ballard the Wolfpack have had all year. This is the second time they've played the Cyclones. As that ball's in play to Zane Phillips, and in a great spot right there for the first out. So one batter, one out. And now Ian Michael will step in. Ian Michael has just eclipsed the 400 after game number 1, hitting 409 now. Trying to break into that top 8 average. As of right now, there are no more batters hitting 500. Which would be the first time that has ever happened in the history of AWA if it standed. Just a testament to how well the pitching has improved over the years as Ian Michael get on via a walk. Thomas Bleaus will step in.
yeah, the pitching has improved a lot, except today.
Yeah. And, you know, miraculously, Thomas Bleaus got that inning with only 3 runs earned. It was an ugly inning, but 3 runs is not terrible in your debut inning.
No?
Thomas Bleaus looking to go yard.
When isn't he?
Yeah. Inside, so another lefty-lefty matchup. We might have a few of those today. Does not go. 3-1. He'll take it high, and Thomas Bleaus is aboard via the walk. So 2 on now after the quick out number 1. Chad Curtis steps in. And Chad Curtis, who was not playing in game 1, will get his first at-bat of the day here, hitting 250, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. A little bit cooled off since the beginning of the season, but still his average is a solid spot.
Yeah,
Ball
definitely
one.
Significant improvement after last year.
2-0. 3-0. Just behind the curveball there, 3-1. He'll take that one low, and now he has worked the bases loaded from that walk. Jace Pratt, the DH here in game number 2, will step in. Nice. So Jace Pratt steps in, and identical average to Chad Curtis, 250. So if they can get Chad Curtis and Jace Pratt kind of over that 250 mark, this is a tough lineup all around. 2-0. 3-0. Jace Pratt does not go around, so the Wolfpack will get their first run in game number 2 off of the walk right there. Now Zach Inouye will step in after flying out in his first plate appearance here in game number 2, right to Zane Phillips. It was the first at-bat of game number 2.
Yeah, walking in a run is not the coolest way to do it, but hey, a run's a run.
Yeah, and always getting that first run is the hardest one to get, it seems. But 2-0. Now 3-0. So both lefties on the mound are having some difficulty with accuracy. Just like that, the second run for the Wolfpack comes in there within 1 run. Ian Michael will now step in, who walked in his first plate appearance. We have the Thomas Blehouse clap counter at 2, as opposed to the Mark Campanero clap counter, which reached, what, 95?
81.
81.
I was surprised it didn't reach triple digits.
Yeah, that's actually kind of embarrassing. As Ian Michael will foul that out of play, 1-1. Two and one. Just inside 3-1 count. Does not go, and that will walk in the tying run. So the score is 3-3 now, and Thomas Blehouse will step in. So they're able to tie the tally from the Cyclones in the top half. Thomas Blehouse, another big spot right here, big opportunity to get his RBI count up. Yeah, address that strike zone. He's got 25 RBIs up to this point. Ball one. Just underneath it, and Alex Ballard will make the play. So a huge out right there to get him to 2 outs. Chad Curtis steps in a big spot. He walked in his last plate appearance. Wolfpack definitely trying to get some more runs on the board with what seems to be Thomas Blehouse out there coming back in the top half of the second. 1-1 count. Nasty pitch right there, top of the zone. 1-1, or 1-2. Got him, strike 3. And that, oh, never mind. We thought it was a strike 3, but it was a speed check. Just looking at the batter's reaction, it looked like he struck him out. New life now for the Wolfpack as he works it to 2-2.
Yeah, I was wondering why everybody was just standing still.
Yeah. Hits him there, full count. And that will walk in another run. So 4-3 now the Wolfpack. They'll take the lead here. And now Jace Pratt will step in. And Alex Ballard just a little annoyed after getting the strikeout and then getting it taken away via the speed check, which is one of the worst feelings to have.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Cyclones. I mean, to go from thinking you're ending the inning just with, you know, a 3-3 tie game, but now instead you're in the hole.
2-0. And Jace Pratt, before every at bat, kind of asked the score. Maybe that just changes his hitting as he'll walk right there. Does not go. So 5-3 now the score. And whatever happens here will be the final batter of the inning. It'll be either be a 6-run cap, a grand slam, or the final out of the inning. 3 options here for Zach Inouye. I'm sure he prefers the grand slam option.
I would think so.
We'll look at strike 1 on a low slider down the middle, 0-1. That ball is going back. Zane Phillips can't make the play. 1 run will come in, and that will end the inning. So the 6-run cap reached there. Zane Phillips kind of nonchalantly tries to one-hand grab it. Honestly, could have been. It almost went off his hand for a grand slam, which would have definitely awarded him not top play of the year right there. But
6 runs, definitely better than 9. if you're the Cyclones.
Yeah, definitely true. So with that, the Wolfpack will go out on the field, and we'll begin top half of the second shortly. So here we go. That ball is absolutely destroyed. Thomas Bleahouse on the first pitch gets absolutely destroyed right there.
That probably was going 150 feet.
That might have been the biggest bomb we've seen so far this year. And now Zane Phillips is up to 15 home runs, so he's still got time to catch Mark Campanero. We still have 1 week to play. That ball's in play right to Thomas Bleahouse, and he'll throw over to Chad Curtis for the second out. Drew Williams does not drop the bat. So Lou will now step in. Looks at a nice first pitch strike. So Thomas battled back well after giving up that moonshot. Might have angered him a bit. He's finding that zone here, 1 and 2. Yeah, so Lou's got that quick. Nasty pitch right there for the second out of the inning. So great job there from Thomas Bleahouse to battle back. Save that ball, first or second, technically second strikeout of the year, so maybe we won't save it. Alex Ballard now steps in, trying to get his team right back into it. That hits him. He's been hit quite a bit here today. 2-0. 3-0. 4-pitch walk, so that's the Thomas Bleahouse we're used to seeing.
Yeah, had a little glimmer of hope there for a couple outs, but
ball 1. Zane Phillips chasing Mark Campanero. It's either him or the ace is the only batters who have a chance at catching that 17 home run total. Mark actually has a chance to get to 20 home runs next week on Monday. The final slate of the year, week 10, which hasn't been done since 2021.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Back in 2020, 2021, the speed limit was much lower. Fences were in 2020. And then 2022, we actually had 13 games. As that ball's in play, Chad Curtis will make the play and get the out. So they get out of the top of the second. Only 1 run comes in, and we head to the bottom of the second. 6-4 is the score. go. Bottom half of the second. Wolfpack trying to tack on some more runs here with the opportunity to close it out in the top half of the third. Trying to secure the series win over the Cyclones. That's a strike one. The loss here would have the Cyclones back at 500 for the first time in over a year. 0-2.
I was going to say it's been a while, probably.
Some chin music right there, 1 and 2. Thinks about it, but does not go. 2 and 2. That ball is reached out and popped up to Zane Phillips, who will make the play. A little bit of redemption right there on the final play at the bottom half of the second, where he unfortunately couldn't make the play. Only resulted in 1 run, but it capped the inning. 6 runs for the Wolfpack in the first. With 4 runs, the Cyclones have avoided a potential mercy rule unless the Wolfpack can get 5 and then a grand slam, which would be adding 9, or a 3-run home run. But the rule is if you're up 10 after the first 2 innings, results in a mercy rule. Thomas Blales just underneath it in no man's land, and no one can come up with it. Still a nice throw there from Zane Phillips. But that looked like he hit it in the perfect spot for a single there for Thomas Blales. Right above Drew and right out of reach for Zane Phillips. Chad Curtis will step in. He's walked twice to this point. One and one. Two and one. 3-1 count here to Chad Curtis. He's on via a walk. So 2 on now here for Jace Pratt. Chad Curtis and Jace Pratt have got on quite a bit via the walk. See if Jace Pratt can get on via an alternate way.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Looks like Thomas Blales is signaling over to Jace. I don't know if that's real or fake. I mean, so far he hasn't had to swing, so I mean, that's what he's telling him to do. 3-0. I think no matter what that pitch was, he was swinging 3-1. Jace Pratt is on via walk. Third walk of the day for Jace, and now Zach Inouye will step in 1 for 2. The fly out and a single. Once again, Alex Ballard's had some difficulty keeping the runners off. Definitely a spot where you normally miss Evan Clugston. He's already thrown 64 pitches. Whew. 2-2, or 2-0. 2-1. Nasty pitch right there. I think I read the future there.
Now it's 2-2.
Yeah. Full count to Zach Inouye. We'll see if Alex Ballard kind of goes to a safety strike right here. And that ball is going back. Swung at a ball, but it will result in an out. On a pitch that jammed him, Drew Williams will make the play, and the runners will hold. So now 2 outs, bases still loaded for Ian Michael. Get into the toughest part of the order here for the Wolfpack. Zach, Ian, and Thomas are a terrific 1, 2, 3 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, and bases loaded, that's certainly a situation you like, but you know, with 2 outs, you got to be careful.
Fouls it straight back, and just looking at the wind, it's going to right field. So anything hit into left, which is where these power hitters usually hit it, probably get held up. 2-1. 3-1.
Tom's giving some more signals over there on third.
And it looked like he signed him to walk in a run. So 7-4 now the score. Thomas Playhouse 1 for 2. Big spot here to really break open this game. And a 3-run lead is definitely not safe by no means. That ball is popped up and caught for the out. So only 1 run comes across, and the Cyclones need 3 to keep this game going. Getting ready to start the top half of the third. Wolfpack trying to close it out. Thomas Playhouse still on the mound. ERA sitting at 4.5 right now. We'll start him off with a ball. A little bit of a late swing there from Salou, 1-1. 2-1. Three and 1. He will not take the lob, so Salou will get on via a walk, and now the tying run is on deck. Alex Ballard steps in. He's 0 for 1 with 3 walks and a ground out. See what Alex Harden decides to do here, if he'll just let Thomas pitch this inning out, knowing that he does have the bottom half of the third to win this thing if it gets close, 1-0.
Yeah, you certainly like to avoid that if possible.
2-0. And after the stellar second inning, Thomas Playhouse, hopefully he's not regressing back to inning 1. But he will do a 4-pitch walk right there. Alex Harden coming out to talk to Thomas Playhouse. Zane Phillips will step in. Ball 1. I wonder what Alex said there. Maybe just don't give up a 3-run home run.
It's a good chance, yeah.
3-0. So much for
I think
Meatball.
So.
And now he's taking him out. And he's not leaving with, I don't know, dignity there. Not happy about it, but they're going to go to Ian Michael. Thomas Playhouse will shift over to first base.
Tom is saying that the captain's going to regret this.
I hope not. So we'll see if Ian Michael can close this out. It is a save opportunity. We don't get many of those here in the AWA. Thomas Bleos has put his team in a position to win the game, which after you saw the first inning, you didn't think that was going to happen. But here we go. Drew Williams steps in. First pitch strike. That ball is hit hard off the hand, and unfortunately, no one can make the play. And that ball was headed right for Chad Curtis, and Ian Michael basically, unfortunately, tried to make a play, and it shot off his hand into no man's land. So the Cyclones will get the fifth run, down 2 now. So Lou steps in, fouls one back after looking at a ball, 1-1.
Well, at least he can throw strikes.
Yeah, 1-2. And that's definitely a point where Ian has started to excel here late in the year. It's just peppering that zone. 2-2. Fouls it off. In play, and he'll throw home, hit him on the head.
I think that hit his hand.
Yeah, that is a very accurate throw right
See the
there.
replay here. Oh, yeah, it sure did.
So nice play right there.
So he could have just let his hand down, and he probably would have been safe.
Yeah, who knows where that ball would have landed. So 1 out now. And Alex Ballard steps in yet again. He's had a pitch that hits the ground, 1-0. Two 2-0. 3-0. Doesn't swing at it. So the Cyclones will tack on another. So 6-7 is the score now. And unfortunately for Ian Michael, Zane Phillips steps in, who has not been gotten out yet in game number 2. He's got a home run and 4 walks.
Yeah, definitely not the guy you want to be facing with bases loaded.
Decides to swing right there. 1-1. There'll be a no pitch right there. That ball is in play, and he'll miss the backstop. He'll miss the backstop, so 2 runs will score on the overthrow, and that will give the Cyclones an 8-7 lead. So 8-7 now the score on the error from Ian Michael. And he was 1 foot away from getting that second out. Unfortunately couldn't do it. It goes to Chad Curtis. He'll knock it down. Can't make the play, so another run will score.
Once again, 3rd inning, Cyclones coming to life.
So 9-7 is now the score. Lou fouls it back, 0 for 3 currently. That ball's in play. Thomas Bleos will make the play, so 2 outs. I think Alex Harden didn't know that they were the home team in this game. He said, well, that's the game. They still have the bottom half. 1-1.
And only down 2 runs right now. It's not the craziest comeback that they could make.
Very doable. 2-1. Just hoping they can close the inning right here. So that ball's in play to Zach Inouye, and he can't make the play. So another RBI right there makes the score 10-7. Zane Phillips will step in. Ball right there, 1-0. Two and 0. That ball is going back, and that is destroyed. 3-run home run. And this game has gone out of hand a little bit here for the Wolfpack.
Who else? Baby cradle. Classic move.
So with that, Zane Phillips has 16 home runs now. One away from the lead. Drew Williams will step in. Big hack right there. 1-1. It's quite interesting they decided to go with Thomas Blayhouse to begin this game. If they have Jace Pratt, they kept him as a DH, especially after pitching pretty well. We'll see what they decide to do in game number 3. That ball is going back, and that is out of here.
Yeah.
Drew Williams hits a home run fresh out of retirement, and now the score is 14-7. Just pouring it on here. 10 runs so far in inning number 3. And this Cyclones team is just electric when it comes to the 3rd inning. It's
Yeah,
a
they like
football score.
They like to keep it tense up until the very end, I guess.
So Lou steps in. 1-1. And this Wolfpack team is playing football. Just letting you know how they feel out there. But that with that strike, oh, never mind. That ball is popped up and caught for the out, so they'll get out of it. But the Cyclones tack on 10 runs in the top half of the 3rd. Wolfpack have some work to do in the bottom half.
You know what? Hey, at least the Wolfpack have fun. Because I can't think of any other silver lining.
2-0 count here to Chad Curtis here in the bottom half of the 3rd. This game could have been over quickly, but both teams decided they wanted to play an extra 30 minutes, I guess. 3-0. Swinging right there now, full count. Just high. So Chad is on. Jace Pratt will step in. And so far, that's the only way Chad and Jace have been able to get on here today in game number 2 via the walk. 7 walks so far between the pair. Oh and 1. Just looking at 2 strikes. 0-2. I don't know if Jace has swung in game 2. As he does right there, destroys the ball. He'll get Chad Curtis for the first out.
Yeah, obviously you hate to not get the double play, but always better to get the lead runner, which he did there.
And the ball was crumpled there, which always makes it tough to make a play. Zach Inouye will step in 1 for 3. 1-1. That ball is in play. Drew Tenzar will stop it from getting behind him, but Zach's on with another single there. Now Ian Michael will step in. Ian Michael will now step in. 0 for 1 with a flyout and 3 walks. This has been the game of walks up to this point. Two and 0. Three and 0. Strike top part of the plate. 3-1 count now. He'll walk again. So base is loaded for Thomas Blayhouse. Thomas Blayhouse 1 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a single. He's also walked once. Thomas trying to get back in the home run category. He looks at a strike right there. Swinging right there, 1-2. That ball is hit in play past Drew Williams, and 1 run will come in. So nice piece of hitting there from Thomas Blayhouse. He's had 2 kind of slow exit velo hits down that direction. But that will now bring the Wolfpack within 6 runs.
Well, if you're going to hit a slow ball anywhere, that's probably the place to do it. Out in that gap.
Yeah, a rare opposite field hit there for Thomas Blayhouse. Chad Curtis, 2-0 count. 4 walks today. Just out in front of that. Foul ball, 2-1. Two and 2. Froze him there, strike 3. So 2 outs now, and the Wolfpack are down to their final out. Jace Pratt will step in. 3 walks and a fielder's choice up to this point. Swinging on a pitch inside, 0-1. That ball is popped up and caught for the out, and the Cyclones even the series 1 apiece after they pile on 10 in the top half of the third. We will head to Game 3 shortly for the rubber match.
Boys on the boat.
Field of Dreams.
Step Brothers.
Interstellar.
Oh, yeah, Ponyo. Remember the Titans.
Basketball.
Probably most recently Oppenheimer.
Inception. Prisoners.
Sandlot.
The Rookie.
Yeah, we watched the Inside Killer, or the Inside the Killer Mind of Aaron Hernandez, or whatever that is.
I'm going to send it down to Robert, who has Zane Phillips. Robert, take it away.
All right, Zane, 2 big home runs there, a couple football scores there for you guys with a bunch of walks. How does that feel from an offensive perspective?
Oh, it feels great. I know Alex didn't have, his best stuff in that first inning there. Props to him. He, figured it out in the second and third inning, and we just helped him out with some offense.
What do you expect for game 2?
More of the same. We're going to be aggressive. I don't know who they're throwing, but I don't think it matters to us. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to hunt our pitches.
All right, good luck out there.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, let's get game 3 started.
Thank you, Robert. And we will get the lineups and everything situated and get into game 3 shortly. We'll be back in a moment.
So here we go. Getting ready to start game number 3. Alex Ballard will be back on the mound, and Zach Inouye will lead it off. So Ian Michael will step in here in game number 3. And with the win, the Cyclones in game number 2 will remain above 500 no matter what happens here. Sitting at 14-12 now. And Zach Inouye will look at a first pitch ball. 2 balls there. Three and 0. And just like game number 2, Alex Ballard will start off the game with a leadoff 4-pitch walk. Ian Michael will now step in. That ball is in play to Zane Phillips, and unfortunately can't make the play. It will hit the backstop. So a nice hit right there from Ian Michael to get this game started. Thomas Blayhouse will step in.
Iconic song.
Yeah. Thomas still looking for his first home run of the day. And that ball was, he swung on that very aggressively. 1-1. Hits him there, 2-1. Just turns on it, goes right into the production booth. Foul ball, 2-2. That ball is popped up to Zane. He'll make the play for the first out of the inning. So just underneath it for the first out. Alex Harden steps in. Ball 1 to Alex Harden. Took game 2 off. 2 balls, no strikes. Fouls it off.
It's interesting how we saw him and Peter McNeil, the captains of their teams, taking themselves out of the game at some points this year. And they have 6 guys.
Three and 1 count. That's another walk. So the bases are loaded now for Chad Curtis. Wolfpack have a interesting lineup situation here in game number 3. They have Jace Pratt pitching, but he will not hit. So they have 2 DHs technically. Chad Curtis had 4 walks in game number 2, trying to get on via a hit here. 1-2. Strike 3. Top of the zone. Had to wait a little bit to see if that was a speed check, but it was a fair pitch right there. So 2 outs for Alex Ballard. Now Zach Inouye will step in again. Start off with that leadoff walk. So far in game 3, he's looked at 5 pitches. That ball is hard hit. Oh, geez, I can't even talk. Hard hit down the line past Drew Williams. One comes in, and he'll get the second runner there.
We'll take a look.
We'll take a look at the replay. But it's just the plate. So 1 run will definitely come in. And he was out by a step there. So 1 run comes in. But a nice relay there to get the 3rd out of the inning. We had to the bottom of the first, 1-0 Wolfpack, or 1-0 Wolfpack. Jace Pratt back on the mound. His ERA sitting at a 3.89 after a Pretty respectable performance in game number 1. He won't be hitting here in game number 3. And Alex Ballard will step in, had that moonshot to get him to 7 home runs. Just needs one more home run to get in a 3-way tie for 8th on the home run list. Knuckle hit foul. Alex Ballard was just out in front of it for strike number 1. Nice pitch right there, but it goes a little bit high off the hand of Jace Pratt. Three and one. A leadoff walk issued to Alex Ballard. Zane Phillips steps in, the best hitting player here in this series. And right as it stands right now, Zane Phillips is first in average, second in home runs, and third in RBIs. I think it'll probably take 2 firsts in the 3 major categories to secure that Silver Slugger title. So that ball is fouled out of play.
Yeah, for most of the season, it seemed like Mark had pretty much been running away with it, but who knows? Zane's making it close.
It'll definitely be interesting to see after the final week if they're at least tied in home runs. Zane has average, Mark has RBIs. It might just be whatever the RBI differential is, because right now Mark Campanero has a pretty wide margin when it comes to RBIs.
Yeah.
Full count to Zane Phillips. He will get on via the walk. So Drew Williams will step in here, had a home run. He's hitting 500 right now. Technically the only batter right now in AWA hitting 500. Unfortunately, he's not eligible for the average leaderboard. That ball is curving to Zach Inouye, and he can't make the play, but there's still a chance to get Alex Ballard, and they do get him. So that is an interesting first out right there.
Yeah, he was hustling for that. Almost had the fly out, but they at least get the lead runner, so that's good.
And it's a tough position there for Alex Ballard, who's on second base. You know, if he is going to catch it, then you got to go back to second. Kind of an impossible situation there for the runner, as Salou will look at a first pitch strike. Now 1-1. Kind of a slurve there from Jace Pratt. Swinging over the top of that one, 1-2. Two and two. Nasty knuckleball right there, but Salou's able to fight it off. 2-2 count. Behind that one for strike 3, so 2 outs. And now Alex Ballard will step in. Alex Ballard walked in his first plate appearance in game number 3. Two and 0. Three and 0. Unfortunately for Jace, if he can't get through Alex Ballard, Zane Phillips is waiting on deck, and that's what will happen. So bases loaded for Zane Phillips, who had a rough game 1, but ever since has not been gotten out. Pair of home runs and a lot of walks. Walked in his last plate appearance in game number 3. Ball 1. Two and 0. Would be tying run sitting 45 feet away in the form of Salufati. Would tie the game at 1 apiece. Already a 3-0 count. And a 4-pitch walk there for Zane Phillips. So we'll get another RBI there and tie the game up. And now Drew Williams will step in with that fielder's choice. An at-bat to go. Now look at ball 1 there from Jace Pratt. Big spot here for the Wolfpack if they can get out of this inning here in a tie game. There have been no really easy innings for any of these pitchers here today.
No, and it doesn't help that either team is.
That ball's hit in play to Thomas Bleos. He'll knock it down and step on first for the out. So they'll get out of the inning. So nice job there from the Wolfpack to battle back and get out of a bases loaded jam. We head to the top of the second. 1-1 is the score. Ian Michael will step in. He singled in his last plate appearance, trying to get that average to stay in the 400. Unfortunately, it's dipped down to 365. Just still a respectable average for a rookie. Thinks about it, but does not go around 2-0. Alex Bauer was telling his team he felt good as that ball's hit in play to Zane Phillips. He'll throw over to first and get him. We'll take a look at the replay, but it looked like he got him on a spectacular throw. Yeah,
Yep.
Got him by a full step.
That was a dart.
Zane Phillips just playing some spectacular second base over there. That's what we call the position. It looks like shortstop, but
Or left field.
yeah, whatever you want to call it. Thomas Bleos will now step in 0 for 1 with the fly out. He said he was going to retire after that, but he's still here.
Yeah, Zane Phillips is one of the best in the league at making those long cross-field throws like that. Doesn't miss too many of them.
Ball there, 1-1 count. 2-1 count. Swinging on a pitch that looked very juicy from up here. It'll go a little bit high. 2-2.
Salute playing very close to the first base line, knowing how Thomas can pull.
Got him, strike 3. So a great pitch there for the second out of the inning. Well, now Alex Harden will step in. He's walked in his first plate appearance. Ever since Thomas took off that TikTok mic, he has just not been able to hit the ball.
Well, maybe he should put it back on.
Seriously.
Unless you're a Cyclones fan, then
yeah,
then maybe not.
Almost hits him in the head right there. Ball 1. It's
almost hits me in the head.
Yeah. It's all over the place here to begin Alex Harden 2-0. Alex has just not had many pitches to hit here today. I don't know. He might have walked every time he's gone up to the plate. 3-1 count now. That'll be another walk issued to Alex Harden. Chad Curtis will step in. 2 outs here in the top of the second. 1 runner over at first. Chad Curtis struck on his last plate appearance.
I wonder how many walks there's been today.
Quite a few.
Too many.
Yeah. Nasty pitch right there to start off Chad Curtis. 0-1. Pitch misses inside. 2-1. Ball fouled out of play. 2-2 count. Cyclones need 1 pitch to get out of this inning. Is able to foul that off towards the production booth. Remains 2-2.
Looked like it probably would have been a ball, but
yeah,
better than missing it.
Inside, full count. We'll take a look at the 7th pitch of this at-bat. That is a foul ball. Just foul. Had a chance for a bit, but once it hits those bushes, it is a foul ball. So we'll look at the 8th pitch of the at-bat now. And he's on via the walk. So the lineup will turn over for the second baseman, Zach Inouye. He's gotten his average all the way up to 438. After coming in at 425. Looks at a pitch right down the middle, 0-1. 1-1. Two and 1. Curveball just misses. That'll be the 3rd consecutive walk issued by Alex Harden, so you know he's got to load the bases up every inning for some reason.
You just got to keep it interesting.
Now Ian Michael will step in. Ian Michael, 359 now. So it's 5 home runs, trying to add on to his total. As that ball is popped up and caught for the out, so they get out of the bases loaded jam. Remains 1-1 as we head to the bottom half of the second. Cyclones trying to take the lead. So the lights come on here in the bottom half of the second. Salou will lead it off. Struck out in his first plate appearance here in game number 3. Salou's average has dropped a little bit, down to 162. Trying to get on for this Cyclones team. I've noticed every time Jace kind of runs into issues, it's because he lowers his velo. A lot of times pitchers will just try to, lower their velo, focus on command, but a lot of times that's not what helps you throw strikes.
Well, it could be fatigue. I mean, I'm sure at this point he's thrown probably over 100 pitches today.
He's already up to 34 pitches, which actually isn't too many, all things considered. 2-2 count. Nasty pitch right there. Strike number 3 got him looking. And now Alex Ballard will step in. That's the nasty pitches the Wolfpack, I'm sure, are happy to see from Jace Pratt.
Oh, yeah.
Two walks for Alex Ballard. Salou on his way to the bench said, was that hit right there? Nasty pitch. On his way to the bench said, I feel like Chad right now. Chad had a little word for him. So that ball is fouled off on a nice knuckleball. 1-2.
Yeah, it's not very good team chemistry building right there.
Well, they're on different teams, so
yeah, it's
I guess it's fun. Maybe it is good team chemistry building, technically. Just high, 2-2. Fights it off, and I think we lost a ball there. That's unfortunate. Full count.
That was a rocket in the wrong direction.
7th pitch of this at-bat. Got him. Strike 3. 2 quick outs for Jace Pratt, who, don't want to jinx anything, but he's been electric in the first 2 innings like he was in game 1.
Yeah, ever since you started talking about how his velo's taking a dip, he's
yeah, I mean, that's, now he's gotten it up and now it's working.
the announcer jinx.
That's all he's got to do is just keep that velo up and he'll, hopefully he won't have any problems. 1-0. Zane Phillips has walked twice in game number 3. And with a 3-0 count, looks like he's in the spot to do it again. And he will. So 4 walks for Zane Phillips, which might have been the strategy for Jace Pratt going into it. Let's just walk Zane.
Yeah. Probably don't want to give up a run there.
Drew Williams steps in. That ball is going back, but Thomas Bleaus is there to make the play. 3 outs, no runs come across for the Cyclones. We head to the top of the 3rd. 1-1 remains the score. Thomas Bleaus will lead it off. Thomas 0 for 2 here in game 3. Trying to turn it around and give this Wolfpack the lead heading into the bottom half of the 3rd. So I think we're ready now. I don't know what that was, but
that's some interesting BP, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I was about to count it there. Thomas Bleaus fouls off a pitch on the inner corner. 0-1. That ball is going back, and Thomas Bleaus has given the Wolfpack a 2-1 run or a 2-1 lead. And that ball looked like it was just kind of dinked over there. And if you're a lefty, you can do those kinds of things. We're saying it's kind of the ugliest high five that I've been seeing in a while.
Yeah, the only people we really see hitting home runs over there on that right side is pretty much Thomas and Dylan Carroll. That's what both lefties. So.
Yeah. As that ball's hit hard past Drew Williams. Hard hit ball, didn't have a chance there, so Alex Harden is on with a hard hit line drive. And they want to get as many runs as they can here because this Cyclones team is hot when it comes to the third inning.
Oh, yeah.
So that ball's in play into the gap, gets by Salou, and Chad is on with another single for the Wolfpack there. So this has stayed alive here. It's 3 straight hits on 3 straight pitches from Alex Ballard. Zach Inouye will break the chain there by taking a pitch low. 2-0. Hits him there, 3-0. And just like that, bases are loaded with no outs. It seems like we just started the top half of the third. And now Ian Michael will step in. 1 for 3 here in game number 3.
They're all talking about fantasy football out on the field.
Hits him there, ball 1. Ball is fouled out of play, 1-1. Right down the middle at 52, 1-2. Fouls it off on a pitch that was right in the heart of the plate. That ball is popped and caught for the out. He bobbled it. So a nice play right there.
I was worried that he was going to have a accident on the concrete there, but
yeah, on the brick, just run into that brick wall.
Or yeah, something. But luckily everything was all right.
So now Thomas Bleaus will step in. Had his 6th home run of the year in his last plate appearance to really break open the tie there. Gave the Wolfpack the lead 2-1. Now he's got an even bigger situation here. So that's a hard hit ball past Salou. He looks back at the exit velo. And he's safe at home. What was Salou thinking there?
Oh, no.
He sprints over to second. Oh, that is tough.
Yeah, it was 94 exit velo, in case anyone was wondering.
I think Thomas was wondering. And that's just a poor situation there. I think Salou didn't know necessarily that the runner was going to go back or not. Could have thrown home or just ran over and tagged him. But with that, the score is now 4-1 with 1 out. Bases on the corner, so another RBI, 2 RBIs there for Thomas Bleaus.
Yeah, he's not happy about that one.
You know, right after we hype him up after that nice play, he does that.
We better just stop talking.
Yeah. That ball's in play. He'll throw it home, and he doesn't have to go home. So back-to-back interesting plays there.
You know what? I know what Alex is going for, though, so, you know.
Yeah, both, give the Cyclones some credit. There has been zero unsureness to their plays both times, and they were both completely wrong.
At least you didn't overthrow the backstop and send a runner home.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing he hit the backstop there.
That would have been extra bad.
1-1. Does not go 2-1. Swinging there, 2-2. Got him, strike 3. So Zach Inouye will step in here with 2 outs. That hit strike number 1. Fouled back, 0-2. Throws a pitch behind him. Thought about it, but did not go. 2-2 count. That ball is hit hard down the line. Chad Curtis will score, so all the runners move up 45 feet. And this inning will continue. Score 5-1 now for the Wolfpack. They want to get as many runs as they can.
Yeah, no lead is really safe when you got the third inning Cyclones.
Ian Michael will step in. Popped out to first baseman in the first at-bat he had this game. So he looks at a strike and a ball there. 1-1. Swing in there, 1-2. Somehow fights that off.
There's a little stinger on his hand there.
2-2. Seventh pitch of this at-bat remains 2-2 count. Now full count, base is loaded here. Top of the third. Got him, strike 3 on a changeup. So the Wolfpack will tack on 4 and try to close this thing out in the bottom of the third. 5-1 is the score. Salou will lead it off for the Cyclones. They're down 4. And in game 2, they've tacked on 10 in the top half of the third. So this 4-run lead is not safe as far as teams are concerned.
No.
The Cyclones and the Aces are well known for their third inning heroics. Wolfpack trying to get to win 11. A win here would keep them in 7th place in the league standings. A loss would, that's a nasty pitch right there, would tie them with the Nighthawks atop the bottom of the division. Swinging there, strike 3. So a quick strikeout there for out number 1.
Good start for the Wolfpack.
And now Alex Ballard steps in. Perfect start for Jace Pratt. Still has the immaculate inning.
Surprised we never saw any of Alex Harden on the mound today.
Yeah, it looks like he's just given up on the pitching side of things here. Which if Jace is pitching like this, you know, you don't need to. I mean, maybe you want to stay away from the Thomas Ian Michael doubleheaded game, but swinging there, but no pitch, remains 1-1.
Has Zach Anaway ever pitched? Wonder how
No.
he'd be.
Waits on that knuckle there, it drops, so 2-1 count. Just outside, 3-1. Alex Ballard has walked twice and struck out. That ball's in play to Alex Harden. He'll throw over to first, but it's not in time. Nice play there from Alex Harden. But Alex Ballard, who's hustling down the line as that lefty, kind of an Ichiro style, beats it by a step. If you're a fast lefty, yeah, let's say if you're a fast lefty, you can really get a nice start. Sometimes some riders will take some awkward hacks and kind of not have their momentum going to first, but he's always going to first. Zane Phillips looks at strike 1. That's a hard hit ball, but foul. 0-2. And you know, this is kind of Jace Pratt when he did give up only 4 runs in game number 1. But started to run into difficulties when this man, Zane Phillips, stepped to the plate.
As most do.
Nasty pitch right there. Strike 3 for the second out. And Jace Pratt has been on a tear lately. Needs one more out to get out of it.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive showing here by the second-year player today.
Yeah, complete turnaround from a year prior where he went 0-15 with a ERA above 6. Now starts off Drew Williams 0-2. Does not go. 1-2. Does not go. Thought about it. 2-2. Got him. Strike 3, and that will do it. Wolfpack take games 1 and 3 and will win the series against the Cyclones. The Wolfpack continue their impressive tear on an Evan Clugston-less Central Cyclones. That'll do it here. The final game of Week 9 will be pushed to Thursday this week. So with that, Dingers are nothing. Good night, everyone.